Brennan may be paralyzed. Drew may be waking up. And Sonny may have just accused the wrong man in one of the most shocking General Hospital turns I have seen this week. I'm looking at General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, May 12, and I have to say, this episode feels like the kind of day where one secret explodes, one betrayal gets questioned, and one dangerous plan starts falling apart right in front of everyone. First, I need to talk about Sonny and Rick because this is where the misunderstanding may finally get exposed. Sonny has been looking at Rick like a traitor, like someone sneaking around with Ava, and some mysterious man could only mean one thing: a betrayal, a setup, a dirty move behind his back. But I don't think that's what's really happening. Rick may actually be innocent here, and that alone is shocking. I think Rick was only meeting Ava and the mystery man because of an art deal, not a crime deal, not a mob move, not some secret attack on Sonny, just art. And the reason Rick acted so suspicious may come down to Liz. I believe Rick wanted to surprise Liz with a gift. That explains the secrecy. That explains why he didn't want everyone knowing where he was, who he was meeting, or what he was buying. But in Port Charles, a hidden gift never stays innocent for long. Someone always sees the wrong thing at the wrong time, and suddenly a sweet gesture looks like a scandal. I can already picture Sonny realizing he pushed too hard. If Rick explains himself, Sonny may have to swallow his pride. And I don't say that lightly, because Sonny does not like being wrong, but this time he may have to look Rick in the eye and admit he judged him too fast. But the story does not stop there. Dante is about to learn that Rocco may have caused a much bigger mess than he realized. And Lulu knows something. I can feel it. She wants to know what Dante is going to do once he knows the secret. That question alone tells me this situation is worse than anyone expected. Dante doesn't rush to answer. And honestly, I don't blame him. Before he talks punishment, before he talks consequences, before he even decides what kind of father he needs to be, he wants one thing. Where is Rocco? That is the part that makes me suspicious. If Rocco is not in town anymore, then this whole thing takes a darker turn. I have to ask it. Did Lulu move Rocco somewhere else to keep him from facing jail time? Was that her emergency plan all along? Because if Dante finds out Rocco was hidden or sent away behind his back, I think his anger is going to be enormous. Not just because of what Rocco did, but because Lulu may have made a life-changing decision without him. That is the kind of parental betrayal that cuts deep. And in Port Charles, hiding someone never solves the problem. It only makes the truth more explosive when it finally gets exposed. Now I need to get into Ava, because her situation sounds wild. Ava is going to be stunned when she is attacked and taken. But I don't think this is a normal kidnapping. I don't think someone is trying to ransom her or make her disappear forever. I think Ava is being forced into a place she does not want to be by someone who wants answers. And that person may be Ethan. Ethan seems ready to confront Ava about what he thinks he saw between Ava and Rick. From his point of view, it probably looked like an affair, a conspiracy, or a dirty little secret. And Ava, being Ava, is not exactly known for looking innocent, even when she is innocent. But I believe Ava's going to insist there was no scheme, no trap, no betrayal, no hidden plot against anyone. She may explain that Rick was only being secretive because of Liz's surprise gift. Still, I don't think Ethan is going to believe that easily. Ava has too much history. Rick has too much baggage. And the timing is too perfect. I keep wondering if someone else wanted Ethan to see just enough to misunderstand everything. Could this have been a plan from the beginning? Then there is Michael, and this is where things get very messy. Michael may feel like he has already won half the battle. He believes he is punishing people who deserve it. In his mind, Willow and Chase brought this on themselves. But I have to say, Michael is playing with fire. He wants Brooke Lynn to see Chase cheating. He wants that image burned into her mind. He wants the marriage to crack under the weight of humiliation. And that is cold. I understand Michael is hurt. I understand he thinks justice is being served. But when revenge starts destroying other families, it stops looking like justice and starts looking like obsession. The twist is that Chase may suddenly change his mind and want to go home, and that could ruin everything. If Chase leaves before Brooke Lynn sees what Michael wants her to see, Michael's whole plan could collapse. But if Brooke Lynn walks in at exactly the wrong second, then the damage could be permanent. That is the kind of shocking soap timing that changes lives in one scene. And now I need to talk about the most dangerous part of all, Brennan. Drew may finally have a chance to recover, and the reason is huge. The syringe that was supposed to keep Drew paralyzed is gone. That means Drew's nightmare may be ending, but Brennan's may just be beginning. Nina took that syringe because she was trying to handle the chaos in front of her. But instead of using it on Drew, she used it on Brennan. Now, Brennan is paralyzed, tied up, and trapped. That is not just risky. That is explosive. Valentine, Carly, and Nina are all pulled into this disaster, but the key detail is that Nina is the one who injected Brennan. Valentine did not plan that part. Carly did not push the needle. Nina did it, and now Valentine is panicking because he does not know what was in that syringe. Was it just a paralytic? Was it something stronger? Could Brennan die from it? I think Valentine's fear is real because if Brennan dies, this is no longer just a cover-up. This becomes something much darker. And Valentine is going to force Nina to tell him exactly what she injected. That moment could be the beginning of the entire truth being exposed. And I think Nina may crack. She may admit what the drug was. But I suspect she may also confess more than that. She could reveal details about Drew. She could reveal the connection to Willow. She could expose the entire ugly chain of decisions that led everyone to this point. That is the secret I think the episode is building toward. Because once Nina starts talking, there may be no way to stop the fallout. Drew could recover and remember enough to become dangerous. Brennan could survive and seek revenge. Carly could find herself trapped in another impossible mess. Valentine could realize that Nina's panic just created a threat none of them can control. And Sonny? He may be apologizing to Rick while another bomb is already taking somewhere else in town. So I'm left asking one big question. Is Tuesday's episode really about clearing Rick's name? Or is that just the distraction before a much bigger betrayal gets exposed? Because I don't think this is over. I think Drew's movement could change everything. I think Brennan's condition could become the next emergency. And I think Nina's confession may open a door nobody can close. But the story does not stop there. If Rocco is gone, if Chase changes course, if Ava convinces Ethan, and if Brennan wakes up with revenge on his mind, then Port Charles is heading straight into another storm. And I have a feeling the most shocking secret has not been revealed yet,